Well, good morning, folks. Randy at the nut farm. Still working on the brakes. Had to order some hoses for the brake lines front and back. It looks like it's going to be about 4 or 5 days out with the holiday coming. I think we're going to take a look at dropping the gas tank out. We'll see how far we can get with that. There is some holes in the bottom I need to address and see if it's savable or whether it's going to be a total loss. So we'll be working on that here for a while. Okay, there's the top of the tank from the inside. Over here is the rubber fitting for the fill pipe for the gas tank. And I believe under here is the sender unit for the level. We'll see if we can get them apart. Okay. Perfect way to start. You always got one that's stubborn. Oh, the sleeve seems pretty good. Don't see no dry rot. Well, there you go. There's the fill pipe, pretty good condition. Get the sleeve off. It sticks in clear up to here. Rubber. Kind of like a dirt shield, I guess. There you go. It just got like a stiffener in the middle there. You can't crush it. Don't look too bad from here. Popped right out. That's a good idea. Somebody had some saved a little rust, had some pipe dope packed around it. Let's get that cleaned up and painted. There's the sender unit. Looks like one screw. Pretty crusty. Let me get you over here to take a peek. Where are we at here? Here we are. There's the sender unit. Crusty looking around the top there. Not extremely bad. Top of the tank, from this vantage point, looks okay. Get that slot cleaned out some. Get some PB on it. And let me get some PB blaster on there. think the chances are that's going to break loose. Doesn't break loose, maybe we can throw a torch on it. Not. Well, we left that set a couple minutes. Looks like it's going to turn on us. Fitting going with it. Get something to hold that fitting still. Don't want to come loose. Let me get a heavier screwdriver. Try not to tear the screw up. Okay. That's off. Twist around now. Doesn't look like it's coming out. Just spinning. I think the chances are that plug is going to come out of there. It's got to rotate. Which way? Looks like it's got to spin this way. Get all the crap out of them holes. Yeah, so I just leave that go till I get the tank out so I don't tear anything else up. Yeah, screw's just spinning, it's not coming out. Okay, now we got the fill pipe off. Sender unit's disconnected. Looks like there's 4 bolts holding the tank up in the frame. It doesn't have straps. It has bolts clamped around the flange up by the frame that holds it up in place. So I'll get some oil on them and take you under there and take a peek at that. Okey-doke, here we are under the truck. There's the fuel tank. There's those bolts holding the tank up. I can't tell what's behind that. The bolts look like they're spring-loaded. See, the This would be the front of the tank facing the motor. There's that low spot. We've got some holes. I was unable to turn that drain nut. I was afraid of busting the plug off. There's a sizable hole there, a couple there, and some around the tank here, or the drain plug. See if I can get an eyeball on the back of the tank. I think it has the same kind of hangers back there. Okay, there's the rear end of the tank. It's got 2 bolts. They're not spring loaded, so hopefully those will come out. Not much access to, so I can get in behind the, I don't know if they're welded on or not, the nuts. There's a nut back there, but this one here, there's no way to get behind it. So if they don't come off, I'll have to cut them off, I guess. There's my new brake line I got in. I had to get the hose that goes from this fitting down to the T on the above the axle there. New brake lines to both wheels from that T. Those are all done. I tried to bleed them, and the hose was just plug solid. I couldn't get nothing through it. So I got them ordered. There's the T on the brake line on the front of the truck, in front of the gas tank here. Got new brake line run up to the left front wheel. Or no, that's new brake line right here to the master cylinder. These 2 lines were both leaking bad. Had to break them off. I got a new line for the left wheel. It goes up there and through the frame out to the wheel, that rubber hose out there, and the rubber hose, you can see it there, going out to the wheel. I got replacements for both of those, so I'm assuming they'll be plugged up too, just like the back one. They're still flexible, but I couldn't suck no oil through the bleeder, so I'm pretty sure they're plugged up too. Okay, well, we get back to the gas tank here. See if we can get a oil on them and see if we can get those broke loose. I don't know if you can hear that or not. We got some thunder rumbling. We are going to have a possible rain delay here. We'll see what happens here. Yep, we got a little bit of a soaker. Well, here we are back at the Dodge. Been pretty wet here for the last couple of days. It's working on the gas tank. I not having much luck at all getting the nuts loose. I ended up having to zip them off to get the tank dropped. I got a strap on there to kind of hold it in place. And I'm going to go up front and see if I can get the front bolts cut off. We can drop this tank down. Okay, up here on the front of the tank, got those bolts cut loose. Been letting it down slow. The tank it's still hanging on the fuel line up on top there. Just so you know, I had air blowing through that tank for going on 8 hours, just to make sure there wasn't any real bad fumes in there while I was grinding. I'll get that brake line cut off or fuel line cut off and see if we can get the tank out of here. Okay, got that brake line cut and the tank dropped down. I can get it pulled out of here. There she is. It looks pretty good shape up on top. There's crap laying around in there. I think all the holes are just right here around the bottom, that low point. Up here in the corner, that's dinged up in a little. I don't know if that's, and it looks like it took a hit. Drug on something, and caved up in there a little bit. Overall, it's looking pretty good to me. Other side. Okay, flange is spreading a little bit. Well, that's not the tank flange. That's like a reinforcement bar around the tank there where it was hanging. It's separating a little. Take a look at that area too. Everywhere this is rusty. And we'll get that up on the bench and see what kind of crap we can shake out of it. And we'll go from there. I kind of decided I'm going to go ahead and I brushed off the outside of the tank. There's still some hard hard packed stuff on there. I'm going to go ahead and give it a pressure washing. Okay, got the fuel line disconnected. They come out pretty good. A little scaly in there. Got the sender unit broke loose. Ring come off pretty good. Pretty good shape. The sender unit looks like it should still work. The old cork floater here is pretty heavy. It's been pretty well saturated. I'll have to see if there's some way you can test the switch there, or the sensor, to see if it reads out. Well, that's off. Get that out of the way. Take a closer look here at the bottom. And it's pretty well perforated. Big hole here, couple holes here, big holes, this whole section all around that fitting there where the drain plug is. There's holes rotted through. Other than that low spot, I'm not seeing anything. I may get some JB weld put on there, cover them holes up, and fill the tank, and maybe put an air test on it, see if we can find anything else. Flange around the tank, it's all pretty intact. Don't see anywhere where it's got any spreading. This, I said, this support flange it's spreading up from the tank flange. Like I said, I think that's just a little extra support where the tank was hanging on the frame there. You can see the metal on top where it was undercoated. Yeah, that's undercoating. That's where everywhere they got to with it, it preserved it real nice. But they didn't get it all for sure. The fill tube connection, everything looks pretty good in there. Got some of that white powdery stuff. You can see the tank flange all the way around. pretty well intact. The hole there for the sending unit, don't see any rust holes around it. It looks pretty well. Held up good. Well, see if I got any JB weld. I'll patch up them holes and maybe we can stuff an air hose in there and give it some pressure and spray it down with soapy water. See if we see anything else noticeable before we go too far with it. Okay, I'll get to work on that. I figured while that epoxy's drying on the tank, I'd do a little testing on the sending unit. I'm not getting any resistance at all from the post to ground. And okay, there's a hole in the unit. Smeared some epoxy on them holes. There it is. It's got to cure about 8 hours at least. Moisture and gas up in that. Damp and humid. I'm probably just going to wait until tomorrow. Sending unit is kaput. Get another part. We'll try putting some air pressure in it, and I am going to replace it down, see if we get any bubbles anywhere. Fuel line from the tank up to the fuel pump. If we get that tank fixed. So, more stuff.